Cam.
Trevor, what's up?
What's going on, Jamie?
How you doing, buddy?
I'm great. How are you?
Fuck, couldn't be better.
This is Beer Banter Podcast. This is going to be episode 8.
Wow,
This
done
is
8 already?
This is insane. This is ocho.
Cool.
That is Spanish for 8, I think. This is our first guest. This person is a brewer extraordinaire. He is the head of innovation and brewing at Junction. He's also a dungeon master and a full-time actor. His name is Jesse Perreault. Everyone give him a hand. Woo!
Thanks, guys. Oh, yeah. Hey, guys, thanks for having me.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, welcome.
Right
welcome.
on.
Welcome.
Pop on in here.
What an intro. What an intro.
Hell
Hey,
yeah.
cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
guys.
Trevor, what are you drinking?
So this is Mascot's Dark Light Lager, 4%. And actually, have you guys sipped on it yet?
Yeah. Could not
Pretty
tell
nice.
that was
Good, eh?
4%.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty roasty. Nice.
Good roasty, good
Crisp.
body, too.
That's delicious.
Crisp.
I like that. I couldn't tell it was lower ABV.
Yeah, delicious. This is great. Thank you, Jesse, for joining us.
Hey, my pleasure.
What's going on in the world of Jesse? What's going on in the world of Junction and Woodhouse?
Ooh, so much. Too much. Yeah, they're working me. They're working me over there. But yeah, a lot of non-alc brews. That's kind of our bread and butter right now.
Yep.
Huge expansion, just like
Yeah.
slapping in stainless steel. You know, I used to see the sunlight every morning and it was beautiful. I see the tap room. I used to talk to people, and now I'm in a sarcophagus of stainless steel. It's cold and it's wet and it's sticky. And
lifeless.
yeah, and that's where I am. But they're still treating me well over there. You know, I've been there for almost 5 years now.
Wow.
So it's
So you're almost ready to have a baby with them.
yeah, almost. Got to
Good
put a ring on it.
relationship.
Yeah, but yeah, it's been good. It's been good. Yeah, I still rock the pilot system every now and again when I can.
Very nice. Yep.
You do like pilot brews all the time, and you do like a seasonal?
Yeah, so usually
rotating seasonal, and do you do it on the system, the pilot system, as a trial batch, and then you do it full scale, or
Oh, I wish I had time. No, not anymore. I used to be able to do that. I used to
Shit.
do a lot of small batch stuff just for fun, just to like, oh, we got these new hops in. Oh, Crosby's coming in. I wonder what they have. Play around with that.
Sydney?
No.
Bill?
No.
Oh wait,
Like bubble tea drinks where you get like a bunch of little chunks in it.
yeah,
Orbits?
and it's
Orbit,
Back in the
Orbits,
day.
throwback,
Oh, yeah.
dude.
And it's
Throwback.
OG.
Orbits, one of the worst drinks ever made.
But yeah, I got to play around a lot in the past and just like throw things down. Like I used to make a lot of weird fruited non-alc beer, a lot of stuff for partners. Like I used to get people doing, recipe development. Jesse, can you do this? Can you do that? And try some things out. Sometimes they'd come to me and have an idea of we want to do exactly this and we need a little tweak, or we have no idea what we're doing and we need a full recipe. So it's still something I do, but
That's the fun stuff.
that is the fun stuff. That's the best. I love doing that stuff. But yeah, nowadays it's hit the grindstone. 4 brew days. Just came off a shift today. You know, I might smell a little bit like malt and sweat. That's the way she goes.
What happened today?
So
See the photo
oh god.
for reference.
So mashing in, we're doing 4 brew day today. We're doing a couple IPAs, a couple cervezas going in, all non-alc, all high grav, big fat brews.
Nice.
Doing like 900 kilos in our 30 head brew house. 900 kilos of grain in our 30 head brew. It's
Just stretching
it's
it.
insanity, man. You barely fit it in, and I'm
'Cause that's
mashing
like
in.
so because I've worked at Junction.
Yeah.
So that is you're double graining in.
Oh,
You
yeah.
have to, because the silo
absolutely.
can only hold 475.
Oh, absolutely. We are packing everything in there. Yeah.
That's cool.
doing
That's a huge load.
Yeah, massive. So we're, doing my best. And you have to be dialed in. You got to get your grist down. You got to get that water ratio. You got to get that dialed in. And when your malt's coming in, when your grist's coming in, and you're hydrating it,
Yep.
huge. Pay attention. Always pay attention. I learned the same lessons too many times in a row. But anyway,
Yeah.
we just finished the 2 IPAs and we did 2 of them yesterday. So you kind of get in a nice little rhythm, right? You start going for it, and you're like, okay, well, this one's only going to be 775 kilos.
Mm-hmm.
And then I realized, oh wait, no. Starting to do no. This one has the cornflakes that are right beside me. I should have remembered that. So I got to do a quick calculation. quick calculation that could have waited until I was done the first mash and then waited until I milled and filled up the second one. But nah, I'm a professional. I'm an expert. I do this every day.
Oh yeah.
So I decided to bust that little calculator, do a little okay, minus the cornflakes that I got thrown in the mash,
Bleep, bloop, bloop,
and then I just look up and it's just the sight glass just packed with grain. And I know at this point that this is really bad. I need to shut off the grist hydrator. I need to close the malt slide gate.
Yeah.
You know well. Yeah.
Oh yes.
That's a story too. And so I close them way too late. It starts dripping off the edge. It's packed, and I know the precious seconds to just kind of wiggle that valve to try to get that slop through. Otherwise, if it solidifies, that's a whole other problem. So then, of course, it just caught me off guard. Should have saw it coming. It's just it hasn't happened to me in a long time. I was overdue. Got stuck. Made a huge mess. Had to call in the heavy. Vince Marsman called in the boss himself. And
Vincenzo Marsman.
Vince, shout out to Vince.
Boom.
Head brewer of Woodhouse for a billion years.
Yeah, basically the David Hasselhoff of the beer industry.
Yeah,
cool.
David
man.
Hasselhoffs.
Yeah. So he comes,
Yeah.
he's all shirtless, he's jacked up, he's got his hair blown in
He's
the
like
wind, and he
340 pounds of pure muscle.
There's like
And
a
about 6'9".
fan just always blowing his hair.
Yeah.
So he saved me, helps me out.
Yeah.
I drop a gasket. He goes down. He grabs it while I'm.
You just picked all the malt
just-
up that
and
he spilled and just poured it back in.
Yep, exactly.
Nice.
And then
That's
everything's fine.
Savior.
No big cleanup. No, thanks, Vince.
Cool.
That's no different than any other day at Junction.
Yeah.
It
Well,
can't happen. It doesn't happen all the time.
sometimes I get it all in.
And it's not, it's,
So everything ended up working out okay. What
Yeah.
did you end up brewing? Cerveza?
Cerveza was
Is
that
Going to
bad
be
boy.
a seasonal?
No,
or is
these
that
are,
one of those sneaky non-alcs.
So one of those sneaky non-elks for our partners from all over the globe. Yeah.
very nice.
They're great non-alcs.
Yeah, they're-
Junction's making probably the best non-alcs around town.
Yeah.
They're really, really good.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. You're brewing real beer and then you're stripping the alcohol out.
Mhm.
That's how it works. Yeah.
Huge
So-
process. Yeah.
So when you're able to brew a non-alc beer, but have it go through its entire fermentation process and strip out the alcohol, that is the best, because non-alcs
Still
that
leaves
don't
the
go
flavor.
through its entire fermentation process, you're always missing something.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
It's that flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it
It's
goes.
that-
That boozy kind of
It's- it's
flavor,
the-
that
it's-
maltiness, and
missing the quality of beer.
yeah.
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 I challenge you to find a better non-alc wit beer than
Yeah.
one that we make. It's awesome. It's actually really,
Yeah.
really awesome.
Challenge accepted.
Even all the IPAs, the best IPAs,
Mhm.
non-alcs that I personally have ever had, have been those.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They're
Cool.
fantastic
Cool.
because like you got hop character, you have everything that you need, that you want in an IPA at
Mhm.
least,
Mhm.
especially for non-alcoholic.
Yeah.
You want to have hop character.
100%.
That's why you're
you
drinking.
need it if you're.
That's why you're drinking an IPA.
And you don't want it to also body. That's a huge thing. So we did before we got this monstrosity in that sucks out through membrane filtration the alcohol and creates a permeate, and you can get in the weeds with that one. We used to do, of course, maltose negative yeast, arrested fermentation, that kind of stuff.
Yep.
And with that, just you get that flavor. Like there's something there. It's very thin. You could
Yes.
feel it's watery,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you don't
exactly.
get
Because
that.
it's mostly water. Beer is already mostly water when it's a regular beer.
Yeah.
So, Jesse, now that I got you here and
Yeah.
you can't fucking run,
Shit.
we worked together at Junction for just over a year, I think.
Yep.
Had a lot of good times there. It was you, me, Giuliano, Dimitri,
Oh, Dimitri
Vince,
Yeah.
and
Call them
Cam
Sorry,
Marsh.
Cam
Come on,
Marsh.
yeah.
I love Cam Marsh.
It was a good time.
I always talk about, because that was the first job I had when I moved back from Alberta to Toronto. It was Junction.
Mhm.
And I don't think that I would have made any better friends than where I started at Junction.
Well,
I could have started at Steam Whistle or fucking wherever the hell
I was going to say, if you did start at Steam Whistle, It's okay because you still would have ended up working at Junction because we have
Likely.
Mainly the transition. That
yeah,
happens there.
yeah. Well, it's like they say it's like Logan's Run, right? When
Yeah.
you're there for 3 years, your little gem starts blinking, and then it's like, oh, time to get fired.
time to
All
go.
right, now time to come over to Junction. Yeah.
Cam, Dimitri, Juba, Giuliano,
Giuliano, beauty.
Vince as well. Like, just like, it's not even about a job at that point. It's
It's community.
Yeah, it is
Community.
so glad that I started there because it was really, really fun for a year to work there. A lot of great stories.
Yeah.
One story that I do have to mention. It's a very quick story of
Trevor.
how
Can you tell us that story?
I'm going to tell you a very quick story.
Okay.
We went out drinking one night. I think it was a Thursday. And if nobody knows where Junction is, it is.
You will never know.
Well, we call it
This
the
is
ale
like
yard.
this is like the
Ale yard.
ale
It's
yard.
the
It's
official-
the ale
official,
yards. Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, there's Shacklands, Reinhard.
Not anymore. No Shacklands.
No, but then.
Oh, then in the before time.
There was Shacklands and Reinhard and then
Yeah.
Junction.
Yeah.
So we went out drinking one night. It was a Thursday and we both had to work, Friday morning.
Mm-hmm.
I think you were the 9 a.m. and I was the 6 a.m.
6 a.m. Yeah.
To brew. And we just got so fucking drunk on the Thursday. So I remember coming in, mashing in,
Oh.
and then you came in and you were like, I'm here. And then, so I brewed a beer and Jesse, you say I paid it for my throne. I think you moved a beer down to the cellar.
I don't know. I met
You
a dry
just
hop something,
So
mid shift stuff.
So at the
That's
end
good.
of an 8-hour day, it's Friday. It's an 8-hour day. We have the weekend to recover, and we both just look at each other like, I don't know what I did today, but I did something. Like I'm like, I brewed a beer today, and apparently I cleaned it, fermented, and dry hopped, and I don't know what the fuck I did.
Yeah.
It's like we did something,
Yeah.
but it was just like it was one of those things I'll
We're
never
zombies.
forget. I'll never forget. Like you looking at me, you're like, how you doing? All right.
Yeah, we're
And it's
just-
just like slugging along. I was like,
Surviving, not
Yeah.
thriving.
yeah.
Yeah, we that was
Good
the night
times.
with you playing the piano. We were
Yeah.
at Shackland. Your
Yeah,
refreshing
Shacklands playing the
saisons,
piano,
and
yeah.
then we had pizza at Greater Good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
fuck,
And
that
here you
was,
are.
that was messed up, man.
Just
That's
to
crazy.
tell the
Tell
tale.
the
Yeah.
tale.
We
we
did
got
Reinhardt,
drunk one night. It
Shacklands,
was
and
awesome.
Greater Good.
Yeah.
That's how you know it
No
was fucking good.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no way.
That's awesome.
Good time.
After a fucking day of work
Yeah.
at Junction.
And then we had to go back in though.
Yeah,
Great
that's the
times.
hard part.
That's
Those Thursday shifts, going out after, and
Especially
then
when it's
going
like-
out
when
on
it's like-
Friday, and then you're done for the weekend after the Friday.
Junction just catches so much good sunlight
Yes.
that
You
it
get
like
toasty in there.
3-4 p.m. You're like, it's so fucking nice. Oh my god, I need to like go out and have like 8 beers in the patio.
Also, we went to Shacklands, all Belgian, like doubles, triples,
6, 7,
like,
8%.
maybe Sugar Shack was on tap.
Thank you,
Kalev.
Kalev.
Yeah, Kalev, shout out, man. Great beers, dude.
No, actually, thank you.
Jesse, what's your favorite yeast?
Oh, dude. Oh man.
Or maybe name a style.
Oh, you know what? You know
in-
what? I like a Bavarian lager or a German lager yeast, and it just has that distinct character to it, like
Mhm.
that classic German lager
Like not
flavor,
not
Like,
super sulfury because it's a German lager.
yeah, and also I've talked to a few of my bosses, head brewers and whatnot about it. Like, why don't we use this? Why are we using this, that, or the other
3470
thing?
or-
Yeah, exactly. 3470, freaking apple juice. Why are we
Yeah.
doing that every time? And what I've gotten, and I've never done it through experience because obviously I'm doing smaller stuff.
Yeah.
Repitching. I hear it changes too frequently, and you're not going to get those 9 generations or whatever you're
Yeah.
doing. I don't usually tend to do double digits when I do generations, but
yeah,
Not advisable.
yes.
Yeah.
So
You want that yeast nice and creamy.
yeah, man, ready to go,
Nice and
ready to
thick.
do a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you retire them before it's too late, right? Before
Yeah.
the show don't get don't get good anymore.
What's one of your favorite beer styles to drink and or to brew?
Honestly, love to drink and brew Vienna lager.
Nice.
Something with a little malt character to it. Lagers, of course, crowd pleasers. Everyone's gonna be down. I got a lot of buddies who don't drink a lot of craft beer, so something lager that's kind of gonna appease them a little bit. And then also I'll be able to get some characteristics of it, dig into the nuance, but not have it too overbearing. So I like a Vienna lager just because it's got that kind of balance to it, and also it's not It's more bread for it. It's not super caramel. It's not toffee caramel. It's more like bread or toasted bread.
Yeah.
I dig that.
Good malt body.
Good malt body, and that's kind of. I know you boys are big IPA boys, but I like the malt. I like the maltier.
That might be a good transition into, because Jamie's empty, I'm empty, you're empty.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say what Jesse is gonna become.
Oh,
so there's another.
am I evolving?
There's another mascot beer. It's the Red Lager.
Oh, baby, dude, Red Lager.
I will split that.
Very good.
Okay, this is our first official beer break. We'll be right back.
So
okay,
we got a new one.
We're back. We got a new one. This is the Red Lager from Mascot. As you can see, if anyone recognizes this label, New English. It's a play on Old English, which is a malt liquor. We all know what that stuff is.
No.
We've all had a brown bag before.
Boy, howdy.
Necked a couple of those in the day.
Heck yeah.
Oh, I always feel the worst kind of worst, when you have one of those.
Tasty.
Oh, wow.
tasty.
That's really good.
Yep.
That's really good.
Yep.
I would buy a six-pack of that.
Very malt forward, which is
Anytime.
nice.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of what you want if that's what they're going for. That really forget about that OE. We got a newie, good son. Twisted English lager with English ale malt bill, Mascot House lager yeast.
Nice.
Do you think it's 3470?
This does taste like 3470.
Yeah,
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah, house lager yeast. That's just what they're just
That's what
always
they're
using.
using.
That it's
Yeah.
that or
It's budget conscious.
It's that
Yeah.
or the Escarpment's Czech lager yeast.
Yeah. It's just
Yeah.
the tried and true, right? Probably
Well-rounded, malty flavors, clean finish, English caramel malt, and roasted barley contribute hints of biscuit and caramel. Touch of subtle, earthy, floral hop character coming from the old EKG.
Oh, yeah.
Love an EKG.
Yep.
Love an
everyone's
EKG.
get hung up on the Fuggles.
Fuggle off!
Fuggles are good. I love Fuggles.
Get the
But you
fuggle out of here.
get a little bit more
Like,
red
seriously.
fruit with that EKG. Like
Yep,
up
yeah,
that,
a little
and
bit,
like
little bit more.
they complement each other
A
very
little bit more
well.
like tea as well.
Yes.
At the
Yeah.
end, with the flavor and aroma.
Yeah.
there.
English tea.
Oh,
Oh, you got a spot of tea there, love.
that's good. I'll scug it all day.
This is all about
Yeah.
Jesse. This is an interview.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got questions for him.
Uh,
We get the hard hitting questions.
Yeah, let's grill them. Buddy, how did you get your start in this wonderful industry that we've all become friends?
Well, I drank beer when I was a teenager, and I was like,
There we have it, folks.
What's it-
and we'll see you on the next episode.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Make sure to tip your servers and.
I used to. I think the biggest thing was drinking beer growing up when I was in my younger years. I was really curious what the hell the difference between a lager and an ale was. It just kind of drove me a little nuts. It's like, well, ale sounds cool, but lager is what everyone drinks. And
Yeah.
I picked up a book at like Chapters for like $4 or $5 or something like that back in Sudbury, Ontario. Shout out Sudbury, Ontario. Where I
Home of the
grew
big
up.
nickel.
That's right. And
And
Sudbury
Jesse's family. And that's all. There's nothing else there.
Wolves. Science North and Ramsey Lake. There's
Well, yeah,
things.
okay.
And Port
And in the
Bingo.
winter, I hear there's some snow.
There's a
Sometimes.
couple
Dusty.
centimeters.
Sometimes.
Yeah, you guys don't have snowbanks here. But anyway, drinking Moosehead and picked up this book and I gave it a flip through and I thought it was pretty cool. And then I started trying some other. I think the other beer that I tried was out in Ottawa. I did Golden Griffin Pale Ale was like my first.
Wow.
That was my first like. I'm gonna
Wow.
try a new crazy beer, and then I kind of got into that. I'm like, I don't really like it, and then I tried Old Speckled Hen. I was like, I don't really like this either.
Old
But I'm gonna
speckled hen.
gonna
That's
give
a
it another
callback,
go.
man. Oh,
Yeah.
my buddy Joel used to drink old speckled hen all the
Yeah.
time. Shout
Yeah.
out Joel.
Those are those nice, clear, weird, like almost
Yeah,
square,
yeah.
like hand can-looking bottles.
Yeah.
They were real strange. I just
The
remember
bottles were weird.
Fox.
Yeah.
And then they went into cans. And
Yeah.
they did these paper topped four packs
Yeah.
things.
I just remember the
Grandpa
Fox.
definitely drink.
Yeah, there was just like this Fox drinking a martini or something on it, or like he had like a smoking jacket or something. Like, man, I want to be that guy.
Yeah.
This beer will make me like that, right? So we tried it. We all, like me and my buddies hated it, but I was like, I'm still gonna go for it. And then I moved to Toronto because I wanted to be an actor. And I went as far as I kind of could in Sudbury, worked at Sudbury Theatre Center. So then I was like, oh, I'm going to be an actor. And that means you're going to be a waiter. So,
Hospitality industry.
Exactly. So
it's basically what an actor is hospitality industry.
Yeah.
Found myself serving tables. And then we did a little kind of staff appreciation night at the Beer Academy, Victoria, 75 Victoria,
Cool.
in Toronto. And then this beauty of a man who still works for Creemore Springs and Molson Coors, Justin Lemontang, taught me all about beer and cheese. Shout out, Justin.
Is he related to Ray Lamontagne?
I couldn't tell you.
Probably.
The singer.
Yeah. But Justin was a beauty, and he like did this big like cheese and beer pairing. I was like, this is fucking awesome. I want to.
Nice.
Also, like this guy's job. How do I do that? I don't just give cheese and beer to people.
Yeah.
And then later on, the restaurant I was working at went under, and then I was looking for a job, and then it wasn't Beer Academy anymore. It was Batch from Creemore.
Yeah.
And my buddy knew a person and was like, "Hey, yeah, if you want a job, I'll hook you up." And then I had an interview, and then boom, I was there.
Cool.
I was in it, and it was a little brew pub. Met the brewers that were there, and then got in on that side, which was really cool to make that transition from server to brewer. Super lucky, right place, right time, and knowing the right people, and just kind of ready to work. And then did that. Actually, pretty funny story. So I was going to get in there. I was doing just like some brews for fun, learning the ropes, getting in there with the brewers as much as I could. Just trying to eat up all this knowledge as much as I could. And then they had an opening for another assistant brewer. I was like, phew. Well, I'm gonna go for it. That'd be cool. That'd be cool as hell. And I don't have to serve these chumps. I can
Be like
start
cool if
brewing
you
beer.
did.
And then I applied, and they're like, "No, dude, you have like no experience." I was like, fair. I know that, but like, come on, I've been here a while. And
how do you get experience by not having any and wanting to do something?
Yeah, the brewers.
Excuse me.
Work ethic, man.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Like, just had to go for it, but whatever. That's just the way it was. And then I was with my buddy brewer there at the time, George Hancock. Shout out George Hancock's brewing in Bristol, UK right now. Boston grounded. Yeah, lovely place. This time great lagers. So I was on vacation with him in Portugal, and it was when I remember the Raptors won, and we were out in Portugal. Yeah, and yeah.
He shoots, slam dunk.
Basketball for any of you South Park fans out there.
Mm-hmm. And then we were there, and then he got a call, and he's like, "Hey, Jesse, do you want to be a brewer?" I was like, "Fuck, dude, are you kidding me right now?" Like, absolutely. And he's like, "Yeah." So one of the other brewers that they hired two at the time, and one of them went out, and they were playing Ultimate Frisbee.
Nice.
And
now known as pickleball.
And and he must have like
they changed the thing.
He fucked. Something like that. I don't really know what pickleball is, to be honest.
Same shit.
No, yeah, is that what it is? Okay.
It's tennis, but for people who aren't in shape.
There's got to be a ball, though.
It's right? Tennis for geriatrics.
Yeah, it's geriatric tennis. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, this guy just fucked up his knee and just out in Toronto Island, fucked up his knee. Couldn't do anything. Couldn't lift anything. So
we've all been there.
Well, we got another brewer, but he doesn't really have much XP, and it was just like. Yeah, and then the head brewer.
Extra points?
Experience points.
Oh.
As a dungeon master, these are terms that you need to...
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. I was leveling up at the time. Yeah, it was my time to level up.
I would have been burnt alive by a dragon.
Yeah, absolutely. Instant death.
He was a bard, and now he was...
Doing my best.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I got in there. And everyone was like, "Dude, did you just like break this guy's leg? Did you do the Tanya Harding or which I would have been cool, but I had a good alibi. I was in Portugal at the time, so
not me.
Good.
And and then I got in there and worked for Creemore, worked for Belgian Moon. I met the the Molson boys, Andrew, and I met them, and I met Mr. Coors and his son, Mr. Coors, while they were at a little event. And
They're both Mr. Coors?
Well, to me, they're.
How old is the son?
Yeah, he's pretty old.
So he's a Mr. still. When I think of son, I think of, hey, this is my 35-year-old Mr. Coors, and this is my son, Little Coors.
Yeah.
But no.
Dude, these guys were.
See the Coors Light?
It was pretty wild. It's
Yeah.
pretty wild. These guys coming in and just like partying at, where was it?
Stacked?
Stacked. Thank you. Yeah, Stacked Market.
Yeah.
They were partying there because it was the CEO, Mark Hunter. It was his final day, and they like had a big thing, and we're the brewers, so we're like showing him around, and then I was gonna go scoot off to Scotland for a little bit, and then Mark Hunter's like, "Oh, that's cool. Like you've been with the company for a bit." I was like, "Absolutely, yeah, I've been here for a bit, but I'm leaving pretty soon." He's like, "Where are you going, Jesse?" I was like, "Well, I'm going to Scotland. My buddy got a scholarship. He's going to go play music and learn all that, so I'm taking off." He's like, "You know what? My email's still active in like the next 48 hours. Give me an email, and why don't you fling that by me, and I might know someone over there." I was like, "Holy fuck, are you kidding me?"
Whoa.
Yeah. So bless him, Mark Hunter, just retirement party, just hooked me up with a friend that he knew.
Cool.
Just he's like, "Hey man, like don't straight up, just like don't get your hopes up or anything, but like I'll see what I can do, and like I'll fling you an email and whatnot." So he got back to me, and then I met the owner of West on Glasgow Green in the Templeton building, and then had an interview because my source was pretty good.
Oh yeah.
And then he got me in contact with her, and then she was all hyped because she's like, "Yes, I'm gonna have a lady brewer in the brewery," because she didn't know that Jesse was a guy's name, I guess. And so she was not that stoked to find out that I was a dude, which was pretty funny.
But you're an actor.
Oh, exactly.
You can do whatever you want.
So yeah, I met Petra, and she was, honestly, her situation where I just showed up out of the blue on her doorstep, being like, "Hey,
Here to work?
Yeah, I'm here to work if you want me." She's like, I kind of have a job. But yeah, so we, for months, she was telling everyone, she's like, "Yeah, we got this lady brewer coming in from Canada. It's going to be awesome."
That's
I was like,
hilarious.
Sorry, I'm just a white dude with a beard.
Did you still have long hair though?
Yeah, gotcha.
Did you have long hair?
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
You could have.
I could have. Yeah.
If you had known, you could have.
I could have. Yeah, but elbows up. Yeah.
Jesse.
Yeah.
We're gonna take a little break here.
Okay.
Are we?
Oh.
Yeah, and we're going to do our bottles.
We
Now,
have a little segment.
Yeah.
Trevor will describe now.
We had this idea for a segment, and it was going to be the three of us pick a different standard brown bottled 341 milliliter beer, and we each get to taste. Maybe we can guess which one it is. Jamie couldn't find any. It's hard to find them these days. It is. So a little change to the segment. Jesse and I are going to give Jamie the bottles and see if he can guess what they are. So
there's no fucking way you're gonna get mine.
Yeah?
Yeah, there's no fucking way you're gonna get mine.
Get out of town.
So Jesse, yours are in the freezer, right?
Yeah,
You should
we
get
should probably
them.
grab
You should
those.
get them now. Yeah. Okay. BRB.